The purpose of this video is to show how Builderius site builder plugin works, how to create templates, how to add elements, and how to publish my templates and create actually site. Let's start. I go into page templates and I have none template at the moment, so I'm going to create a new one. I click create template, and then the first template would be my front page. This front page option currently is disabled, so in order to enable it, I should go to settings and reading, and I do this. I click static page and select home page. This page is pre-created in the admin area of the WordPress. And for post page, I'm going to select block and then save changes, and then I go back to Builderius, templates, create template. Now I have option front page. I click save and open. Now I have default structure of the new template as it would be created in Builderius. Here I have 3 elements. The first one is a component. It's a global component header. The second element is main HTML element, and the third one is site footer. So for now I'm going to leave header and footer as is, and I'm going to work with my main structure. Here I click in elements plus, and the caret already focused on the search input, so I just type sec, and by using tab I can navigate through elements. I click enter, and section is added to the main menu. So now I have section element and container that is already focused in. This is composite element that consists of 2 elements, and both of them are completely accessible. It's possible to add the classes, attributes, etc., and of course style them. Having selected div with class container, I'm going to add a new element heading. So here, and I'm going to write home page. This is my static text, and maybe let's do it more dynamic. So I'm going to write site, and then I'm going to use dynamic data. I click this icon next to the label content. It opens context menu with dynamic data. So here I search for title, and I have this site title dynamic tag. I click it, and now my heading, which I switch from H2 here to H1. Now it uses dynamic data. Actually, the site title as it is defined in the WordPress settings in admin area. We can see that dynamic tag is using this double bracket syntax, and it is highlighted in green to clearly show it is a dynamic tag. It works in all content settings. Okay, so I'm not going to add many styles. The purpose of this video to showcase the overall mechanics of working in the builder, but any styles always available for me. So what I will be doing is just quick overview. So whenever I need to do styling, each element has these tabs: content and styles. So content is for content and changing HTML tag element and defining attributes, HTML attributes. Instead, tab styles is for styling and setting also classes. So here I have H1 element selected, and this selector local. It's a not real selector. It's our way to define to set possibility to add CSS properties for element itself. For instance, when I choose typography, I click text align. This style has been applied here, but then I also can add any classes by using global classes, right? I mean any styles, right? So when I choose specific class, it gives me preview just by hovering over. For instance, if this element would have class badge ghost, it would look like this. If badge outlined, it would look like this. You may notice the small border. Then beige tonal, beige background primary, it's about setting background color. These are classes for navigation. There are many classes, they all comes from Builderius CSS framework. Okay, and I did something. Okay, so now if I want to use CSS variable for styling, right? What I do is focus inside specific property, and here in this subtle gray text it says var text color heading. It gives a hint that specifically this property is set on some other level, I mean by some other selector, and this specific value is inherited. And if I want to set my own value, I either set it like, let's say, hard-coded, right? I can just use color picker, or I can write directly like this, or I can use CSS variable, which is always a preferred way. So when I hover over, there is this small plus icon. When I click it, it opens CSS variables context menu, and again, just by hovering different variables, I can get a preview depending on the specific CSS property that this CSS variable managed. So if it's color and it's used with property color, of course it will be visible. If it's something about size, naturally it will not have any effect because I'm trying it for color property. So since it's color property, let's filter color, and yeah, here. So I have different colors. These variables are coming again from the Builderius CSS framework. For instance, I can choose to use this nice red color here. So this is about styling. And by the way, I always and ever have access to the raw CSS of the specific selector that is chosen here. For instance, if I click this icon CSS, it opens CSS editor for me with this specific code that is set with visual UI. Both code editor value and visual UI, they are completely synchronized, and whatever I write here, it will be reflected in UI, and whatever I choose in visual UI settings, those values, those properties will be visible and editable here. So it's just a matter of preference. Whenever it's more comfortable for user to write directly CSS code or use this visual properties settings, right? Okay, let's go back to content, and I said content. Okay, so it's enough for homepage. I click save. I can preview my homepage, this one. Now I see the template from the builder. When I go to some other page, let's go back to admin page and click all pages and open, for instance, contact page, right? The old template, I mean template from the theme, will be shown. It's a 2025 default theme of WordPress, and as it can be seen, Builderius does not override the whole theme just by activating it. It overrides only those templates which should be overridden based on the location setting. Let me show you again. So I created specific template, and in the location it says front page. So only this front page will be using a new template from Builderius. There is also possibility to add conditions, and it's very useful when we need to create a general page template for all pages, but then specify it and apply different template for pages in specific category or specific tag or specific author, etc., etc. There are many conditions. Really a lot. Even URL parameter or device type. There is a support for polylang and WPML, multi-language plugins. It's also possible to display different templates based on cookie value. There are many possibilities. For this template, I'm not using conditions, so it's fine, just have location defined. Next one is template for pages. Let's do this. Okay, now we have, let me close this one and this one and this one. Okay, so now I have my template for pages. It is noticeable that this editor is a bit different. It is different because it has this red border. This red border shows that this template that I'm currently editing will not be applied for a specific page that is selected here. This is list of applicants, which means objects of the WordPress to which specific template will be applied or will not be applied. It is allowed to preview many templates for different pages, even if those templates will not be applied because of the location on some other condition. So in this case, this is what's happening. For front page, we have a specific template, right? I created it as my first template, and that template has higher specificity. That template will be applied and not this one that is created for all other pages except home page. So when I preview it with home page, it has this red border. When I switch to previewing with contact page, it does not have this border. Let's do the same structure and actually see that dynamic data is getting changed based on the title. Okay, so I click here. This is the page title, right? So I'm going to save it, and now I'm going to switch to privacy policy page, and it changes dynamic data. When I switch to home page, it also changes dynamic data, but again it showed me that this template will not be applied. And when I click on this exclamation icon, it actually tells me that I have another template with higher priority that will be applied for this specific page, home page. Okay, let's switch back to contact, and here I have I would like to add also content of the page, so I'm going to add div, and inside div I'm using shortcut typing brackets twice, so once and then twice, and it triggers opening context menu for dynamic data. Here I search for content. Here I have post content, and this content is shown escaped. It's a default behavior, and to show it to actually parse the HTML data and show it properly, I'm just going to add another bracket, so it will be triple brackets, and now my content is shown as it should be. Next I'm going to add contact form I need more contact, yeah, this one. So contact page will have contact form, and now I'm going to, it's actually already preset, everything should work fine. So let me save it, I click in this icon to preview my page. This is my contact page and this is my home page. They are different templates, right? I don't particularly like that there is no proper navigation here. So what I'm going to do is to go appearance menus. With Builderius, this item menus is always available, because we re-enable it, because by default with this new FC8 theme in WordPress it hides it for whatever reason. So what I'm going to do is to edit my navigation. So here there is a contact page, and I'm also would like to add another page, blog page, like here. It will be the second option. Then I save, and inside editor, in order to preview dynamic data that might have been changed during development, I don't have to reload the old page. I think I just need to reload this canvas. So I click in this icon. After reloading, I get updated template, and well, it was not changed, but sometimes it might be changed in another tab or similar. And of course I get a new dynamic data. So now my menu works and shows all the items. So now I can quickly navigate between home page, blog page that still uses default template from the theme, and contact page. Now let's create a block template. I click create template and choose location block index, save and open, selecting main element and adding section inside. Then I'm adding heading. Here I put title page. There is only site title and archive title. Okay, this is not exactly what I need. I need just a block, so let's type it in. Next I'm adding collection element. Collection element is the way of displaying content, iterable content, like list of posts, etc. And this topic is explained more in my video about a collection, a loop element. So here I choose collection, data source, and here I have category archive and dynamic tag posts query. So I click it. There is nothing here right now because I did not set my template. So I choose template, the div, and then I add the heading. It's very convenient that newly added element is automatically pre-selected, so I just keep in heading. Now I have many headings. So now the loop is actually working. Collection is iterating through data and displaying the template. Let's just make the template, the data meaningful, right? So here I choose post title, dynamic tag for loop, the one with curly braces here. Okay, now I have my posts. Just here I have only titles, right? So I go back to div, go to styles. Here I choose global class card to make it more pretty. I go back again to collection styles. Okay, I need layout, flex, direction column, and then some padding. So for this I'm going to use variable spacing, and we have 0, 1. So I probably need 12. Okay, so I have here gap. It start looking quite nice. Another div for post excerpt. So I switch to content, click the icon and start typing post excerpt. Okay, now I have excerpts for my cards. Okay, everything is working nice. So here I have heading, and then I have collection, and what I need is to make also here some spacing. So let's check what we have. We have element selected, so I'm adding styles for element, not for container. I don't want to mess using this class for other pages, right? But worth to note that in let's say real use case scenario, for the real website, I would not add styles directly to the element. I would create a new class and set styles for that class just to make those styles reusable. In this case, I'm adding styles to the specific element. Once again, flex, column, and I'm typing 2 dashes, like 1, and then the second one, and it triggers opening context menu for CSS variables. Then I searching for spacing once again, and I probably will be choosing to Excel like this. And okay, now what is missing? Pagination, because in reality I have much more posts. Let's check. I have 28 published posts, so I definitely need a pagination, and for that I'm adding div. The last one, I can change the name of this element. I just put pagination just to understand it's a pagination, and then content, dynamic data, and there should be dynamic tag post query pagination links here, and I have them. However, I need to use triple brackets like this. Okay, and yeah, they have a bit problems with styling for some reason. It might be some issue, it might be, I don't know really, but I don't want to go deep inside this small issue, so I just save it and let's preview. So I have blog and I have my pagination. When I go to the next page, I see different post. When I go to the third page, so it's just a pagination, default one coming from WordPress with pre-rendered by WordPress, and it surely can be styled any way we need. I just forgot to check the, yes, of course, I should put H1 here. Now I'm going to, okay, let me do this. We need also archive template. So I'm not closing this block template for now because I would need it. I will show you why in the moment. I go back to templates, clicking create template, and then I should choose all archives here. I need template all archives to cover archives for categories, for tags, for author, date based archives. So I click save and open. Now basically archive is the same block by default. Of course it can have completely different design. However, for now I will be just using the same structure as for blog. So what I do is I'm going back to blog template. I click right button on section element. As you can see, all other elements are children for section. So I click on this element and click copy. Now I go back to all archives template. I click on the main because I would like to paste all my elements inside the main. So I right click on the main and click paste like this, and all my data copied here. I go back in the collection, and probably I should just re-add this dynamic tag. It should work. Yeah, okay. So I deleted the old one and re-added the new one, and I choose in H1 blog, and I would like to make this title dynamic. For blog I don't need it because it's always blog, but for archive it should be dynamic because sometimes it's archive for author, sometimes it's for category. For that I'm choosing dynamic tag archive title. Okay, so for now it's a author, archive for author Jane Doe, and there is also navigation. There are less posts in this archive page, but I can change it to another author, Jane Doe, and there are other posts. No navigation because not so many posts here, right? So I click save. I don't need this template. I don't remember if I save it here, so let's click save once again here, and I close here. Now I open my site. I have homepage, I have blog, I have contact, and yeah, how do I preview my archive? Let me think. Let's open it and let's click preview. Okay, author. Here, let me just add it. I can navigate from the editor to dashboard back by using this icon and clicking dashboard. Okay, and I'm going to add the menu item, custom link, this one, like author and Jane Doe, like this, for quick navigation. And let's go back to my site. Okay, so I have contact page, I have this archive, I have blog, I have home page. What I don't have is 404 page, right? So it's actually, if I put error, it's strange why it does not trigger 404 page. I'm not sure about this. So if I, it's interesting. Okay, still I need this template. I'm not sure, I have to check why it does not trigger 404 page, but I'm show you how to do this, because certainly on every website we would sometimes have this broken link problem, so we need 404 page template. For that we have a special temp location here, 404 not found. So once again I choose main, I add the section, I add the heading, and in the heading I just write error 404 H1, and then I probably, it's very basic template, right? And I add link button that will be saying go to homepage, and URL should be homepage, so I'm going to use dynamic data, and this should be site current URL. No, site URL. This is what I need. Okay, and this button is stretched because of the setting with this container. I probably can make it better, so I choose flex column, and then it's always guess game, right? So yeah, almost. And if I put start, no, maybe this one should be start. Yeah, right. Okay, so yeah, this is what I wanted to do. And also spacing, let's do also XL, looks fine. Okay, save. Right, so now I have let's say complete set of absolutely needed, required templates. I could create another template for specific post that would look different from pages, because posts has any post has links for author, date of publication, categories, tags, etc. It can be done, but I'm not doing this now. I'm just explaining the raw mechanics of the builder. So I have this template, I go to my site, let's even reload it. Okay, everything works. So I have these pages, right? But for regular visitor, they are not visible yet because I'm working in development version. So when I switch to live site, the standard scene template is still shown. For that, I'm going to releases, create release, and it would be version 1.0. Initial, I like a tag, initial version, and side version 1.0 initial, as a description for the release, and I include all my templates here, and I check publish to publish release at the creation, because I want it to be published immediately after the creation. So I click create release, and now creating this release and publishing it means that all my templates already applied, and regular visitors, non-logged in visitors, and non-admin users actually, they see templates from Builderius. So this is how it works. And let's try to do bonus content. So here for contact page I have this form, and in the admin area I also have a admin page form submissions. There are no form submissions yet, so if I'm not mistaken, it should work out of the box. If you remember, I did not set any additional configurations. So let's just put here John and yeah, John Smith. Okay, and then email like test@test.test and test message here, and send message. And now it says form submitted successfully. And let's go into admin area, click reload the page, and now I have my form submission here. It captures form name, email, and URL as referrer from the page, the submission page, right? And there is also this icon view. I can click it, and there can be additional information based on the fields of the form. So whenever I modify this form by adding or subtracting, so yeah, okay, you mean you know what I mean, like deleting, right? Removing the field. There could be less or more this data, and it will be shown here. And there is also additional metadata like IP address, my local host, and user agent. Nothing very specific, just this, just for understanding who is communicating. And then it can be marked as unread and everything is bold, or read, which is triggered automatically when I click this icon button. And then of course this submission can be deleted if needed. So yeah, that was a quick overview, and I hope this video will be serving for you as like getting started with Builderius video.